Vee Trades technical analysis course coming soon. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown from MICRON technology with the ticker symbol MU. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So MICRON was also another stock that I never looked at before. Nonetheless, I can still do technical analysis on any stock. So let's take a look at the daily chart. So it looks like previously there was an uptrend, and now it looks like we're kind of going sideways. And I'll show you guys that with my channel tool. You can see that this trend is holding prices, previously very nicely. You can see that if I draw it from the lows, we get a third touch here, which confirms the channel, and now we were finding resistance from the top side of the channel, and then we started selling off. We had the first breakout side of the channel, and then we had a rush up to the previous highs. However, it came up short. So normally when we get the first break, we usually go back up to retest the previous extreme. That's a rule, but it doesn't happen all the time. And if you pay attention, or if you try to look for other clues on why that did not happen, there usually are clues. And if I zoom out on the chart, you can see that there was a triple top over here. So price action is having a tough time breaking through that or staying above that $96 level. So this is a very strong resistance point, and I'll put a horizontal line there. So this is a very strong resistance point at this $96 level. Price action had a breakout side of the channel. We went up to retest the previous extreme, but we failed. We came up a little bit short, and now we're starting to pull back in the market. So we did make two legs down. So this is semi-bullish, meaning we could have the end of the selling. So we could see reversal here. And also, you can see that this was previously a range pattern. You can see that this $81 level or 81.38 level is a strong support. And if I drag the range up to the horizontal line, that is the top of the range, right? That 96.20. Let's go and make this one orange. So you can see that we're kind of going sideways. The EMA is starting to kind of work both ways, meaning it's starting to be flat and point up and down, versus previously it was mostly pointing up. So this is a telltale sign that we could be just range bound and working sideways. So since we bounced from the lows and we had a two-legged pullback and we have not had a retest of the previous extreme, there's a strong possibility to continue higher. However, I cannot ignore the bearish side of the market and all the tension currently in place. You can see that we did sell off quite harshly and we did bounce, but this could just be temporary and we could be headed lower, especially since we bounced from a strong resistance level, which is the $96 level. That price action failed to break through multiple times, so it might be continuing lower to test other levels. So this will be the first leg down, and if I drag this over, you can see that a potential measure move target is right at the 73.38 level. So there is a measure move that's lower, and it would make sense because there's a strong possibility to stop out this person who went long right here, because you can see this red bar stopped out the person or all the people who had their stop losses below this green bar, and it was a massive selling day. So are we going to continue higher or lower? Well, if I were to choose, there's a little more bullish signs on the chart than bearish as of right now, but just due to market sentiment, it's very hard just to be a bull right now. It's just more likely for the price to either continue sideways or start selling off. And another thing is, if I put a bigger channel in play, this tells the story more clearer. You can see that this $70 level was a strong support, and then we had a failed break outside of it on the lower side, which led to a massive rally because we trapped in a lot of shorts. So whenever we have this failed breakout and the market reverses strongly and we don't find resistance at that breakout point, it's usually going to be leading to higher prices. And that's exactly what we got. We got a breakout side on the opposite side of the range, and now we fell back inside of the range, and we're kind of in the middle of the range. So wherever this dashed line is kind of where we start seeing choppiness, and the market can swing back and forth through that level. So since we did come up from the upper side, there's a strong possibility also to hit this measure move and reach the lower side of the channel. So that's my analysis, and that's what I predict to happen. It looks like all stocks are still continuing lower, and they also have room to continue lower. So I don't think Micron is going to be any different, especially since it's a semiconductor company. So I think Micron still has room to drop lower, especially since the market is bearish right now. So for the bullish case, there is some support, and it looks like the correction is over, but we're not really trending anyway. So maybe we don't need to go back all the way up to the previous high. And it looks like we've been kind of going sideways since, you could say, the start of the range was right around the you could say the confirmed range was right around August of last year, but you could say that we've been going sideways since pretty much December of 2020. Especially since you can see that price at the level that it's currently at the 81.87 level is the same price back here in January of 2021. So it's the same price as last year of January it was trading at. So again, that's kind of sideways. We went, obviously there was trends up and down. We went up and then down and went up and then down, but we're kind of back at the same point as we were in January of 2021. So this tells me we're in a range, and when we ever are in a range, there's a possibility to bounce and continue lower, especially if we came off the upper side. So that's what I'm predicting. I think it's just more likely to be or more prudent to be a bear right now. So that's everything I have on the daily chart. Let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So I want to show you guys something important. When you zoom out on the chart and you can see all the price bars pretty much since the dot-com bubble back here in 2001, you see that we came right up to that previous point and we started selling off. So this is pretty much a triple top. This was the first high, this was the second high, and this was the third test. So we had a little double top at previous resistance. So that's a very bearish sign. There is a stronger uptrend, or more healthier, versus before it was kind of like an exponential move. Right now we didn't get that. We are in a healthier trend, so I'm not saying this is the top, but it looks like we're going to be seeing some selling pressure coming in the next weeks or days. So if I were to put a channel on here, where would I start it from? Well, I would probably start from right here and drag this across the price action, and this fits pretty good, and I drag this up. So previously it was right here, the top of the channel, but we had an overshoot, and it looks like prices stayed above there most of the time, so I'll drag it up, and this is a nice fitting channel for the price that's working higher. You can see the midline is acting as both support and resistance, so I believe this channel to be accurately drawn. We did have 4 touches on the bottom side, including the first swing point, so this channel is definitely drawn right. So you can see that since we came off the upper side, the price is more likely to reach the lower side, so we could see some selling pressure. I think Micron will at least re-enter the mid 70s or the low 80s. I'll be surprised if this is just the bottom and we can continue higher from here. That's just very surprising, but it's not out of the picture, especially since how volatile the market is. It could just change directions at any moment in time, but as of right now, and the red bar that I see last week, that's pretty bearish. It looks like they want to stop out the person who went long right here, so their stop loss is right below $75 level, and there's also more long stop losses below the $65 level. So I think they want to take out all their profit and hit those stop losses, maybe back to test this previous breakout level at the $61 level, and maybe even fill this little gap that hasn't been filled yet. And it's also at the support side of the channel. So what we could see happen in the coming days and weeks is maybe something like this play out all the way till May, until June, to reach the $60 level. So that's everything I have for Micron. The chart isn't bad. It's a healthy uptrend, and we've been going up for quite a long time now. It looks like this uptrend started here in 2016 of August, and we've been going up. So I think we're going to be in the corrective phase, just like what we had over here. This was a 50% drop back here in 2018 to the lows, 55%. I don't think we're going to get that. I'm expecting a bigger drop than what we currently got so far. We only got about a 23% drop from this from the new all-time high to the lowest point of the correction is 23% drop, and my target is only at 37%. So it's not that much larger. So that's what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, depending on what the price action does around these previous support levels, it could lead to higher prices, but it's just unlikely due to the entire market picture. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.